Hey, we are up and running, I think. Let's see. Let's see if we're up and running. Do the old double check on the computer drill here. Y'all drop me some comments and let me know you're here when you get in. It's time for Thursday night. It's time for some top 5 baits and a little Q&A happening. As a good friend of mine would say, it's time to bring some unity to the community, boys. Let's get after it. Say who the first comment is. Jeep and Fun. Yeah, somebody said yay. Yay! We're going to talk a little bass fishing. We're going to answer some questions. And we are going to go over baits. Hey, the water clarity is finally starting to straighten out a little bit. It's still pretty dirty water. Really dirty water, honestly. But it's getting better. It's better than what it was. And if you hunt hard enough, you can find some pockets of some clean water within the dirty water in the smaller little nooks and crannies of Lake Fork. You can find a little bit better clarity. So that's been a big key deal here lately. Also, the south end of the lake is still, decent clarity down there. It's not too terrible. So we'll give it a few minutes, let a few folks get gathered up here. What's up? Everybody saying hello. Jamie Robinson, Richard Gregory, Sweet and Salt Life Fishing. Nice. Brandon Herzl. We got a bunch of folks coming in here tonight. Well, I say we had a bunch. We just lost some. Hopefully we got a good connection. Is the connection good? Somebody let me know. We got a good connection tonight? Y'all can hear me, see me, all that good stuff? Bed's coming in hot. Yeah, that's right. Bass Colonel's here. Good evening, sir. All right. Well, let's just get right to it. Greater than Chris Castle. All right, cool. Looks good, looks good. Somebody said so far. Yeah, we know how East Texas is. So far is 100% on the money. Let's go ahead and break right off into our top 5 baits. Hey, spinnerbait and chatterbait, that's a good springtime bait. I mean, these are kind of staples of the springtime. With this dirty water, this old big bladed spinnerbait right here is really good. I like it a lot. And 3/8 ounce War Eagle, I upsized that blade, that willow blade to a really big willow blade to give me a little more vibration. Also a single Colorado bladed, like a number 7, number 8 Colorado bladed white spinnerbait is also a good option in the dirty water as well as your 3/8 ounce white chatterbait with the Live Magic Shad. So that's kind of our 2 main moving baits. We're getting up in some really skinny, shallow stuff. It gets kind of hard to throw them crankbaits up in there. So these chatterbaits and spinnerbaits are the way to go for me on my moving baits, my hard bait type options. That's what I'm going with right now. Jay Laugh in the house. I see you, Jay Laugh. I appreciate you joining us, buddy. Spinnerbait did good on Lake Gilmer. Y'all need to quit talking about Lake Gilmer in public, man. Y'all quit telling people about that place. There's one other moving bait that, what's up, Robert Lopez? I see you, buddy. One other moving bait that becomes a big factor this time of year, even when we have dirty water, there's big fish in shallow enough water that even with dirty water, they will react to this right here. Big old convict. Now look, this one's been laying in my garage literally for over a year, so the red eye has faded into the head at this point. It's been exposed to sunlight and weather and everything else, but pearl white. I like to go to the pearl white Smash Tech convict when you got this dirty water. And big baits, guys, are a big player this time of year. There's so many big fish and they're so shallow, and when we have all this flooded cover, if you really want to single out a big bite for you guys at Megabass, you want to catch an over, man, there's not much a better way than take this and throw it through all that junk where those big girls are making their beds on the edge of it, and it's a home run hitter. What else can I say? There's not much else to be said. So, don't be scared to throw the convict. We have reached the time of year where there's plenty of big fish in the right position to take advantage of this deal right here. If you want to go for broke and catch the biggest fish of your life, pick that up and throw it all day. 10-aught, owner, weightless hook with just a couple lead strips wrapped around the shank of it, and you are in good shape to have the potential to catch fish of a lifetime, for sure. Speaking of fish of a lifetime, actually, when I came in today, at Lake Fork Marina, I stopped in there to buy a couple things out of the tackle store, and there was somebody weighing in a 10.92 pound bass. Sure enough, just a hair under 11 pounds. That was a giant, boys. Couple other things. You know, when bass start bedding, they get stationary. You got it. There we go. Sorry about that. Little delay there. Just a little delay. We're okay. But when bass get stationary, you know, they don't chase a lot when they start getting on beds, whether you can see them or not. You know, a stick bait. This is my smash sticks right here. This is how I get my smash sticks right there, boys and girls. See that right there? I got my name on them and everything. But throwing these, either Wacky Rig or Texas Rig weightless, is a big factor in the springtime. You have to do it, guys. I mean, it's just one of them things. You can fish it so slow and it sits right in their face. That's one thing you got to consider. When they're not moving around and they're not willing to chase very far away from that bed area, you got to throw something that'll sit right in their face. On that note, tonight's fifth bait is a Texas Rig creature bait. Now, when I am sight fishing, when I can see them, I like little creature baits. And even when I'm just flipping around, I like to go very methodical and very slow this time of year. And there's a brand new bait that's not even on the market yet, but I'm going to have it available to you guys very soon on my website. And this is the Limit, what is it? Creature Crawl. Limit Creature Crawl. That thing right there has got an awesome little action. It's got a great profile on it. Got some ribs in the body, as you can see there. Move a little extra water. I mean, this is a great new bait that these fish just haven't seen quite yet. And it's similar to others, but it's just a little different. And I really like it a lot. I'm already catching fish on this bait. This is a very good bait. You will see me throwing this a bunch over the next couple months. But you can also, oh, come on, hang in there, Wi-Fi. She's trying to fade out on us, boys. She's trying to fade out on us. Come on. There she's back. All right. Here's another new bait by Limit. You can use all kinds of creature baits. Zoom brush hogs are really good. The LFT Flipper is one that I really like a lot. The LFT Hyper Freak, another one that I really like a lot. Here's another one by Limit Fishing. What's this one called? This is the Punch Crawl. And this is great for flipping heavy cover because it's a very narrow-bodied bait that will get in and out of cover very efficiently. And it's got just a little rib here to separate those claws and give you a little action as it falls through the water. I'm really liking this bait too, and especially when we go to punching mats in the post spawn. It's going to be a big deal, but I wouldn't be shy to throw it right now either. I'm not over this one yet. I can't stop throwing this one right now. So little compact creature baits are very good when you have to fish tight areas very slowly, and that's a lot of what we're having to do right now. Brett Wren says he needs some of those. I'm going to have both of these baits. Both of these baits will be available very soon on my website. So y'all hold on to that, and I'll start giving you links soon. Somebody said Zoom brush hogs are the best bed bait ever. Zoom brush hogs are good. For me personally, I like something that thumps a little more, has a little bit more swimming action, a little bit harder vibration to it than a brush hog. For me personally, a little bit. I want something that's really going to get their attention, really kind of annoy them, for lack of a better word. How much are they? I don't even know yet. They're not even available yet, but hopefully, I'm hoping as soon as next week to have these available on the website, and we'll have pricing then. Are they on secondary points any? Yeah, there's some fish. You know, of course, we're on the initial wave of spawn, so there is some fish on secondary points, and there's even some fish on main lake points. There's fish kind of in all pre-spawn phases, and there's spawning fish right now. So we don't have any post-spawn yet, but we have the initial spawners, and then we have those ones that are about to spawn that are on those secondary points right there on the edge of the spawning coves, and some that are staged in the ditches and drains, and then we have some that are on main lake points. The two things that we don't have any post-spawn fish, and in my opinion, there's not a whole lot of fish that are out in the middle offshore structure on the main lake. There might be a few, but not a lot. Would I throw my swim bait on braid or floor right now? Well, if you're going to fish the south end of the lake, where it's a little bit more water clarity and a little bit more open cover-wise, I would throw fluoro. If I was going to fish mid to northern reaches of the lake where all the cover that the bass are using is flooded grass, flooded brush, I mean, it's just heavy, heavy cover, I'm going to use braid. So it's going to depend kind of on what area of the lake you want to go to. Somebody says, hardly anybody's throwing a 6 to 8 inch ribbon tail worm anymore. They still work. Everybody's throwing creature baits. That's a very good point. That's actually very true and a very good point. I do throw 8 inch and 7 inch type ribbon tail worms a lot in the post spawn, and I throw them a lot in the fall. Somebody said they got their guide in the graph card on Tuesday. Way to go, man. I'm glad you like it. I appreciate the feedback on that. Somebody's asking me, beside the main channel that's marked with buoys, how do you know when and where you can go on plane into the creeks without fear of tearing your prop? Well, here's the deal. There's a boat lanes chip made by another guide on Lake Fork named Lance Vick. Lance Vick boat lanes chip will help you. It will give you some of the runs that are not marked by buoys. And as long as you stay on that trail, you're in good shape, especially when the lake's full like it is now. But there's a lot of stuff that I run and that a lot of other guys run that there's just only one way to learn it, and that's time on the water and just knowledge, seeing the lake when it's low, whatever have you. And there's some stuff that, I mean, even right behind me, if you were following right behind me, I wouldn't want you to do it because some of that stuff's really tight and a little sketchy, but we do it because we're out there every day. Unfortunately, Lake Fork's is one of the ones you're going to have to suck it up and idle a bunch. Do I use a loop knot or snap when walking topwaters? I sure don't, man. I actually like a knot that points straight away from the bait. Kind of like the fisherman's knot. The one I tie is called the Homer Circle knot. It's a little bit stronger version of a fisherman's knot. But I like one that points straight away because any bait that I'm wanting to walk, when I pull it straight, it's going to kick to the side. So I want a knot that runs straight away from that bait, and that's going to make that bait do the same action. I feel like loop knots have a little bit more tendency to break on you and to slip on you than a regular knot. So I don't like tying them on Lake Fork. Knot strength is the most important thing on my knots on Lake Fork because Lake Fork will really put you to the test. What's up, T-Lo? I see ya. What's the best way to find drains with your electronics? Some of these subtle drains in the spawning areas, it's really hard. You could use side imaging a little bit if there's enough of a sharp enough break on them. They'll show up on side imaging. Other than that, Google Earth is the best way. Go back to Google Earth, look when the lake was low, and it will show you a world like you could not imagine. Tom T-Lo got the attention again. Oh my goodness. You guys are crazy, man. I love y'all. Y'all are crazy. Trying to go back up and see if I missed questions. Do I always use a trailer on my spinnerbaits? A trailer hook? Yes. Boy. Brr. Allergies. March. I'm going to go ahead and apologize now for the next 2 months if I sniffle and sneeze a lot during live streams. Not the greatest trait in the world for a fishing guy, but I have really bad springtime allergies. Do you fish straight fluoro / braid, or do you fish braid to fluoro leader? I don't like leaders. I don't like putting any extra knots. Again, Lake Fork will test your line and knot strength more than any place I've ever been in my life. Between the density of the cover and the timber and the size of fish and just the general attitude that the fish have on this lake, I do not like leaders whenever I can keep from it, man. Unless I absolutely have to, I try to go straight braid, straight floral, straight mono, whatever it is I'm using. So, y'all pop me some questions, guys. Drop them on in there and I'll be happy to answer them. Hey, on a side note, Lake Athens. I don't know how many of you guys familiar with East Texas, but there's a lake in Athens, Texas called Lake Athens. Man, that thing is fishing really good right now. I went down there for a half a day the other day, and I know I've been talking on the phone a lot with Lunkers TV, and I think he took Rackley down there, Justin Rackley, Lake Fork guy, and Lunkers TV were down there today. Lunkers TV's been there the last 2 days. I was there a few days ago. Lake Athens is fishing really well. What is my take on the Limit Gore-Tex rain gear? The price is amazing for Gore-Tex. Is it heavyweight or more on the light side? It's more on the light side. That Limit all-weather gear is a lighter suit. Now, it cuts wind phenomenally, but if you're looking for it for like freezing cold temps, like when I'm wearing it in cold weather, it's to cut wind, and it holds heat really well, but I have to have warming layers underneath it during the wintertime, right? But it's a good all-year Gore-Tex suit, and it is amazing pricing. We have the full suit on my website for $300. So that, you can't beat that price. I mean, there's nowhere you're going to find a Gore-Tex all-weather suit like that for $300. Somebody says Birch or Glade. The answer to Birch or Glade is yes. It's the two most popular creeks on the lake, and they both got a bunch of fish in them right now. I'm hoping the Limit Soft Plastics will be on the website next week. Somebody asked when we're getting the Limit Soft Plastics. Have I gotten the downloadable file for guiding the grafting? Yeah, I have a downloadable file. I'm not sure exactly what you're asking for there. You'll have to get with me afterwards. Text me or call me afterwards. Going to be there in 2 weeks. Hope to do sight fishing in Birch Creek. Well, let's see. Sight fishing may be a little tough in Birch Creek because of the water color, but there's definitely fish on beds, and there will be even more in 2 weeks. Hopefully the water will clear up enough to do some sight fishing. Have I heard if Shad Drone is discontinued? I don't think Shad Drone is discontinued. That was one of their best sellers. I know they're having some of those custom paint jobs and stuff, they're not getting them until June, I think. June or July, one of the two, I can't remember. Some of those colors that are out, like the Tiger Truce, won't be back in stock until June. Is this the dirtiest I've ever seen the water on Fork? Yes. As far as like the whole percentage of the lake being that dirty, yes, it's the dirtiest I've ever seen it. Because there is a stain to the entire lake. I mean, even the far south end of the lake, that watercolor's not bad down there, but it's definitely dirtier than what it usually is, 100%. What are the water temps this week, guys? We're hovering right around 60. We're right around the 60-degree mark. How do I feel about the new Curve 55 from 6th Sense and when to fish it? Tried fishing them over the weekend. Didn't really like the way it felt on the rod. Hardly no vibration. Oh, somebody said that, okay, I'll have to, T-Lo's still talking about the paint schemes on 6-inch lures. I will have to check that. I will check on that. I don't know. I haven't talked to him in a couple weeks, but I'll find out. On the Curve 55, I haven't fished it yet. Here's the deal. That Curve 55 is in the wiggle work class. You're not going to feel a lot of vibration because the vibration is tight, but it wanders, right? It wanders around erratically. And that's always been the deal on the wiggle wart too, and it's supposed to be in that class. And from what I heard, it got rave reviews. Now, just the way we fish on Lake Fork, the watercolor, everything we do on Lake Fork, there's not a big window for that type of a bite. So I have not used the Curve 55 yet. So I don't have an answer for you for my personal opinion. I have not thrown it. I need to send the most interesting man to tell Mother Nature to behave. Late March on Fork, north or south? Late March on Fork, you can fish anywhere on the lake you want to. Depends on what kind of style of fishing you want to do. But late March on Fork, there's fish to be had all over the lake, literally. And I'm not trying to give you a generic answer, but it's true. How often do I update the waypoints? And does it have Navionics? No, there's no. So my map chip that I make for the guide and the graph is just fishing spots that overlay on your current mapping system. It is not topographical lines, none of that. Nothing like that is marked. This is strictly waypoints of fishing locations with advice on how to fish those locations. That's all it is. How often do I update them? I update them every 2 months. So we just came out with the March-April version of the chip. There'll be a new version available on May 1st. Somebody asking about the seminars on April 15th. I'd have to look at the calendar. Actually, I've got a calendar right here. Maybe I can tell you real quick. Hang on just a second. Let me see if I can get that up for you. Let's see here. So we've got one this Friday, which is March 9th, March 23rd, April 6th, and none on April 15th, April 6th and April 20th. Yeah. Okay, this is a good question. How do you fish for bedding fish when the water is too stained to see them? Just best guess on where the beds are. Yeah. Prior knowledge, knowing that you're in a good spawning area, and then try to picture where they would bed and just fish that area very slow and methodical with stick baits, weightless, either Texas rigged or wacky, and Texas rigs. Fish very, very, very slow in those areas as if you had that bait on a bed and you're trying to shake it, trying to entice them to bite. That's literally how slow you have to go in those areas. It's not as easy. You're not going to catch as many fish, but you can catch some really good big fish if you'll slow down in those bedding areas because they're still doing their thing, you know. Said another guy had the lake hazards on a chip. It's not lake hazard. He has boat lanes marked. But yes, you can use both, and you can put them into your graph and take them out so you don't have to have them in there while you're using them. When will the frog bite turn on at Lake Fork? Well, pretty soon. Probably within the next couple of weeks, honestly. I would say within the next week or two, maybe 2 weeks at the most, probably we'll have a good frog bite going on. And it'll probably stay going on through May. There'll be a good frog bite this year with all the flooded stuff we got. Looking to beat a 3-pound PB. Will be on Fork April 2nd. What should I throw? Well, we're going to have to see, man. Just kind of stay tuned. Stay tuned. Check us out on Thursday night, the week before April 2nd, and we'll let you know what are the best baits to throw that week. Will the colder nights here in Houston push some river bass off the bank? Any, if they're spawning. I think down there, those fish are probably so committed to the spawn, I don't think they're leaving. They're not going to go very far. They may, what I've found is cold fronts guys may make a bed fish less committed in the morning, or her. They'll be around the bed, but they won't really be committed in that cold front morning when it's real cold and post-frontal. But if you wait till the afternoon, especially if you get sun that day, they'll be right back on that bed that same day. So sometimes when you get them cold mornings, they're hard to catch. They don't want to commit to it. They're not up on that bed defending it. But as the day goes on, they get locked in. Best time for numbers on Fork May. May and probably the first week of June usually, but May. May's the best month for numbers on Fork. You can catch fish a lot of different ways in May on Lake Fork. Oh, Yellow Belly, we need you on a limit rod ASAP. Well, Yellow Belly, see, because I have more than 5 rods on my deck, this will tell you how close the frog bite is, guys. Yellow Belly is sitting on the deck of Old Red right over there. He's ready. He's ready. Somebody's saying, I find the new chatterbaits don't have as much movement as the old ones that have the clips. 100% agree. I don't use the new chatterbaits. I'm using, I don't have one laying here handy. I got one on this rod. If you'll notice, I found another chatterbait that has the same blade and clip snap, line tie, whatever you want to call it. You got to have that blade and that line tie, guys. That's the deal on a chatterbait, in my opinion. If you don't have that, it's not the right chatterbait for this time of year. What knot did I tie for that chatterbait? That's that Homer circle knot. Probably looks like a hot mess. It probably hadn't been retied in about 2 weeks. Do I have merch? I have merch. You can buy this hoodie right here. There's a shirt on underneath here. It's a Cryptek camo Your Lake Fork Guide shirt. You can buy that. We're really down to limited sizes on that shirt though. My rods are on the website. A few of the Smash Tech plastics are on there. My Limit all-weather suit is on there. So yeah, we got some merchandise at yourlakeforkguide.com. Do I use a glass rod on my chatterbait? No. I do not use a glass rod on my chatterbait. Braid or fluoro on Lake Fork? The answer to braid or fluoro on Lake Fork, the answer is yes. It depends on the technique and the cover. Class of 98. I'll see what you're looking at right there, Bobby Spang. I see you, buddy. When am I going to get a punching rod in the Elite Series? Is it not on there? Nicholas Hamaker is asking me when I'm going to have a punching rod for the Elite Series on the website. I need to double check that. It should be on there if it's not all at it. Revenge Chatterbait. Okay, cool. People helping people here. I like it. Hey, I can't tell you what bait that is, that chatterbait, because I'll get the retailer in trouble. You know, I don't want to get the retailer, I don't want Z-Man sending them a nasty letter or anything, so I don't want to say where I'm getting those. If you'll text me, I'm happy to answer the question of what brand that is and where you can get it. Do I think Cypress will be pretty good next week, going for spring break? Cypress Springs? I'm guessing, T-Lo. All lakes in northeast Texas. Yeah, so there is a warranty. I'll have to check with Adam. I should know that. I apologize. Being a retailer, I should know that. Limit Fishing does have a warranty. I think they just have a $50 replacement fee on broken rods. I want to say that's it, but don't hold me to that. I need to find that out. That's my fault, guys. I apologize. I should know that. Walmart clears it. Z-Man is the devil. Bobby Boucher. Oh, man, I'm glad I got some Bobby Boucher fans watching. That's why I love you guys. What do I think about the floodgates being open? Well, they're not. There's only one gate open now. It's only open 2 feet. We're back to level pool. We were just like an inch or so below level pool this morning. So things are starting to look up. When they shut that floodgate down and that water quits flowing from the upper end of the lake, the water clarity should really start to improve as they shut those gates. When do I think the frog bite might be on? We answered that once. I'll answer it again. I think 2 weeks at the most, the frog bite will be on and popping, so to speak. Could be as soon as just a few days, honestly. I mean, they should start biting a frog really soon. And we're going to have a good long frog bite this year, last through May. I would think. Am I still throwing that custom spinnerbait? I am. This is my tweaked out version of a War Eagle with that blade. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, my goodness. I'm back, though. I'm back. Hold on. Do I ever fish the middle fork on fork? Little Caney, that's called Little Caney Creek. Yeah, I fish it all the time. All the time. If you were to buy my Guide in the Graph map sheet, you would see some waypoints. in the middle fork on fork. Boom goes the dynamite. Yo, I was just watching a hook set on the first bedfish of the year, and I was so jacked up, I actually thought of Fat Cat Newton saying, boom goes the dynamite, because the hook set was vicious on that thing. He said, my buddy fished fork for the last 2 days and didn't catch a fish. He blames the murky water. Please tell him he just sucks. Well, J-Laugh, if you want me to tell him, hey, J-Laugh's buddy, you suck at fishing, bro. Please tell him don't be mad at me. I only said that because you wanted me to, J-Laugh. Where's the seminar tomorrow? It is at Lake Fork Marina. We're back at Lake Fork Marina again, guys. So if you're going to be around 6 p.m. tomorrow night, Lake Fork Marina, got a free seminar. Me and Mike McFarland going to be throwing it down, talking a little more bass fishing. He paid you to say it. Yeah, and I said it. So if y'all pay me to say stuff, I'll say stuff. See how that works? Within reason. Within reason. Oh, did he make a donation? I guess J-Laugh donated $4.99. It wasn't worth $5 to him, just $4.99. $4.99 on time, baby. That's what we talking about. Hey, guys. Hey, I think that's our time for tonight, man. I'm going to go on and get on out of here, get ready for my trip tomorrow. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Catch a lot of fish, man. Go out and catch your new PB. You know, do some work on them old greenbacks and get after them. I'm a... oh, my God. You guys are killing me in these comments, man. I can't stop laughing. I'm not rapping on a live stream, T-Lo. It's not going to happen. Big swim bait shallow. Yes. Yes. Pearl white. Pearl white. Use pearl white right now because of the off-color water. But definitely throw your convicts. It was in top 5 tonight. And like I said, man, you guys can't say it enough. Very humbling to do what I do every day, living my dream because of supportive people just like yourselves. So thank y'all.